For the longest time, the whole idea of an AI helping to build its own, even smarter successor, well, it sounded like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But what we're talking about today isn't some far-off future concept. It is happening right now in the world's top AI labs. So the key idea here has a fancy name, recursive self-improvement. But really, just think about it like this. Up until now, humans have been in the driver's seat of AI progress, but we're also the bottleneck. We can only move so fast. So what happens when the AI itself can join the research team? Well, the whole process just speeds up, creating this powerful feedback loop where every new model is better at helping to create an even better one. And that is the absolute game changer we're diving into. So you might be asking, where's the proof? And look, this isn't just some theory or wild guess. It's actually becoming a new standard in the industry. Let's look at the hard evidence from the labs that are really pushing the boundaries. First up, we've got Minimax, a huge frontier AI lab in China. When they dropped their new model M2.7, they didn't just brag about its performance. Nope, they told us how they made it. And this quote, it says everything. The model itself played a key part in its own creation, kicking off what they actually call a cycle of self-evolution. And this is where it gets really cool. Check out this workflow. It's not some fully autonomous robot takeover. Not yet, anyway. It's a really powerful partnership. A human researcher points it in the right direction, but then the AI agent does all the heavy lifting. I mean, digging through research papers, prepping data, writing code, and even analyzing the results. Then the human and the AI get back together to review everything, making the whole research cycle just ridiculously fast. And we're not talking about some tiny little helper here. Minimax says their AI agent is handling a massive 30 to 50% of the entire development workflow. That is a huge chunk of the research process that's now automated, which lets the human experts focus on the big picture stuff. So here's the bottom line. Does it actually work? Oh yeah, absolutely. This AI-assisted process boosted the model's performance by 30% on their own tests. This is the proof in the pudding, folks. The AI is literally good enough to help make itself way, way better. Okay, but here's the thing. This isn't just one lab doing something crazy in isolation. This is a pattern that's popping up at every single major AI lab out there. They are all, in their own way, using their own tech to hit the accelerator. I mean, just look at OpenAI. They came right out and said that their coding model, Codex, was a huge part of building itself. Their team was using early versions of the model to help debug and manage the whole training process for later versions. They were using AI to speed up its own birth in real time. Now, Anthropic is playing it a little closer to the chest, but their strategy is genius. On the surface, they're focused on making their model, Claude, the best coding assistant on the market, because, hey, that makes a lot of money. But what's happening behind the scenes? By making an AI that's amazing at coding, they're also building the perfect tool to speed up their own internal work. It's this incredible self-reinforcing flywheel. Google was actually way ahead of the curve on this with their Alpha Evolve system. And this thing didn't just get good at coding problems. It made a fundamental scientific discovery. For the first time in over 50 years, it found a faster way to do matrix multiplication, which is like a core building block of every AI model. That one discovery now makes every single model Google builds faster and cheaper. I mean, come on, that is the textbook definition of this self-improvement loop in action. And you gotta understand, none of this is happening by accident. It is the plan. Just look at this internal timeline from Sam Altman at OpenAI. The goal was an AI research intern by late 2026 and a true automated AI researcher by early 2028. Well, based on everything we're seeing, it looks like we are blowing past that schedule. Okay, so you might be thinking, this is cool and all, but it's just for companies with billions of dollars and teams of PhDs. But maybe the most incredible part of this story is that this power isn't just for the big guys anymore. It's coming to everyone. And for that, you can thank Andrej Karpathy, a legend in the AI community. He recently released an open source project called Auto Research. And the goal is, well, it's bold. It's to build an AI agent that can just keep making research progress forever in a totally autonomous loop, with literally no human touching the keyboard. So how did he do it? Basically, he took a super powerful model like GPT-4 and gave it one job: figure out the absolute fastest, most efficient way to train a much smaller model, GPT-2, completely from scratch. The AI just took it from there, designing experiments, running them, checking the results, and trying again, over and over, all by itself. And the results? Absolutely insane. After just one night of running on its own, the system discovered the fastest known method on the planet to train that model. This just goes to show you don't need a giant corporation to tap into this power anymore. An individual developer can do it. All right, so we've seen the proof from the huge labs, we've seen it from individual developers. Let's put it all together and talk about what this really means, which is the beginning of an intelligence explosion. So this is the million-dollar question, right? If AIs are getting better and better at making better AIs, where does this road lead? What does it mean for the speed of progress itself? Well, if you ask people like former OpenAI researcher Leopold Aschenbrenner, he'll tell you that we are standing right here, at the very, very bottom of a massive exponential curve. That part that looks deceptively flat right before it shoots for the moon. In this chart, it just lays it all out. For a long time, AI research has been pretty linear, right? Limited by how fast humans can think and work. We're in that middle bar now, human-AI collaboration, and things are speeding up, but we're about to hit that third phase, AI-led research, and that's where things go exponential. And that's really the heart of the intelligence explosion idea. Once you completely take the human bottleneck out of the equation, the speed of discovery isn't tied to our biology anymore. Progress won't just get faster, it's going to go vertical. I love this quote from analyst Matthew Berman because it just nails the dynamic here. That loop of build, test, improve is getting shorter and shorter. We humans are being taken out of the loop, piece by piece, and then one day, the loop's going to be spinning so fast we won't be in it at all. Okay, so if there is one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. The feedback loop isn't a theory anymore. It's not science fiction. It has started. So the question isn't if we're going to see an intelligence explosion anymore, it's how fast and what it looks like when years of research start happening in just a few minutes. Master AI in just 8 minutes. If you want more of this, like this video, subscribe, and stay ahead.